Hello everybody, we're going to hit you up with another presidential election. This one, the election of 1836. Andrew Jackson has stepped aside, so this election is going to determine who will replace him in the White House. Let's find out who that person is going to be right now. So as always, we're going to start off with the incumbent party, and that is the Democratic Party. Andrew Jackson, elected in 1828, re-elected in 1832, is going to be the next two-term president to follow the two-term precedent set by George Washington, and he is going to step away from the stage, and the Democrats are going to end up nominating his vice president, Martin Van Buren of New York. Now, Van Buren's going to bring with him on the ride Congressman Richard Mentor Johnson of Kentucky. Now, these two were disliked by Southerners. The ticket went on and contested anyway. The convention nominated Van Buren and Johnson anyway, with really no opposition. So the Democrats, obviously, no problem in picking up their minds for what their ticket's going to be. Now the Whigs, that's a different story. Now the Whigs emerged during the midterm elections of 1834 as the chief opposition to the Democrats. It absorbed the National Republican Party, the Anti-Masons, and remnants of the Old Federalist Party. Some Southerners who were angered by Jackson's opposition to states' rights were temporarily part of this Whig coalition. Now, Southern nullifiers placed Tennessee Senator Hugh Lawson White into contention for the presidency in 1834, soon after his break with Jackson. White was a moderate on the states' rights issue, which made him acceptable in the South, but not so much in the North. By early 1835, Whigs in the North were lining up behind Massachusetts Senator Daniel Webster. Both Webster and White used debates in the Senate to establish their positions on the issues of the day, and newspapers nationwide carried the text of their speeches. But by the end of the year, some Whig state conventions in the North shifted from Webster to popular General William Henry Harrison of Ohio. And by mid-1836, so by the time election year rolled around, the northern free states, except for Massachusetts and three border states, supported Harrison as the Whig candidate. Southern Whigs felt betrayed by Northern Whigs for abandoning White, who was still very popular there. So, as a result of this, the Whigs are going to end up running four presidential tickets in each region of the United States in hopes of being popular enough to defeat Van Buren in their region, so the House of Representatives could decide the election. These tickets are going to be William Henry Harrison and Congressman Francis Granger in the North and the border states, Senator White and John Tyler of Virginia in the Middle and Lower South. Webster and Granger are going to run in Massachusetts, and North Carolina Senator Willie Person Mangum and Mr. Tyler are going to run in South Carolina. So the Whigs obviously not going to make up their minds on who to put up against Van Buren, and really this strategy is the first and only time any party has attempted this. Now, taking a look here at the general election, the Whigs went on and attacked Van Buren on all sides, even disrupting the Senate, where he presided. And although Harrison was the most effective of the Whigs' opponents, Van Buren, his party organizational experience, carried the day, won the day, so to speak. Remember, this is the guy that effectively organized the Democratic Party. This was an experienced politician. He was a senator from New York. He was the governor of New York. He was the Secretary of State. He was the guy that put an end to the Eaton affair. He was the minister to Britain, and now he was the vice president. So Van Buren, although he was facing all these attacks on all sides of the spectrum, his superior party organization, managing to keep the Democratic Party together against an obviously divided Whig opposition, is going to carry the day. Now, before we get to the results, another dispute with a state's electoral votes is going to come into play. Just like Indiana, just like Missouri, Michigan is the state in dispute this time. This arose during the counting of electoral votes. Michigan became a state on January 26, 1837, and had cast its electoral votes for president before that date. Anticipating a challenge to the results, Congress resolved on February 4, 1837, that during the counting 4 days later, the final tally, just like Missouri, would be read twice. Once with Michigan, and obviously their electoral votes counted, and once without Michigan, obviously their electoral votes not counted. But really, at the end of the day, this is really not going to make a difference for the Democratic Party, and we're going to see why right now. The Whig strategy doesn't work. Martin Van Buren is going to win the election. He's going to win 170 electoral votes. William Henry Harrison is going to finish first among the Whig contingents with 73 electoral votes. Hugh Lawson White's going to carry 26 electoral votes, and those will only be coming from Tennessee and Georgia. Daniel Webster is going to carry the electoral votes in Massachusetts, while Mr. Mangum is going to carry the votes of South Carolina. In terms of the popular vote, Martin Van Buren wins a clear majority, 50.8%. Harrison's going to win 36.6%, 9.7% for Hugh Lawson White, and 2.7% for Daniel Webster. And remember, South Carolina does not count the popular vote at this time, so no popular votes go to Mangum. Now, Richard Mentor Johnson doesn't become vice president right away, and this is because Virginia's electors casted their ballot for a guy named William Smith. And this leaves Congressman Johnson 1 vote short of the 148 votes needed to win the vice presidency. So for the first and only time in American history, according to the Constitution, the vice presidential election was thrown into the Senate. So the Senate is left to decide between Congressman Johnson and Congressman Granger to see who would be Van Buren's vice president, and Johnson's easily going to win that on the first ballot, 33-16. Now, Van Buren is going to serve his first term, but he is going to be facing an economic panic, which will make a difference when he is fighting for that second term in the election of 1840, which we will talk about next time. Now, I hope you're all having an excellent day, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't seen any of my previous videos, go ahead and watch those if you want. And with that, we will see you next time.